Anarchy Young Lions Championship on the line. Of course, the challenger, Marvelous Michael Stevens, taking on our current champion, the Anarchy Young Lions champion, Stryknyn.
Debut of Marvelous Michael Stevens, his partner, the adorable one, Anthony Andrews. I got to know these guys when I spent some time at a company in Warner Robins, Georgia, Rampage Pro Wrestling. They are the BFFs, best friends forever.
Is that because they dress in pink? Does that make you an official best friend forever?
It may have something, but if you notice, they have two halves each of a heart, and when they put their thighs together, the heart comes together. They say it's just a manly thing.
Well, I'm going to take your word for it. I certainly don't want to really encounter that too often.
They are manly men in a man's sport doing things that men do together.
Well, we certainly know one thing's for sure with the rules in regards to this matchup. Whenever the Young Lions Championship being defended is currently the...
You know what? It used to be submissions. You were about to say it used to be submissions.
That's right.
It now can be more than just that, I've been told.
Well, awesome. Well, that's great. Well, we certainly love that. You know, it certainly set the bar pretty high, and now other ways for you to actually become the new Anarchy Young Lions champion, at least. You know, I don't know whether that really favors Stryknyn in that setting or not, because, you know, of course, he's got his finisher, the tourniquet, which is pretty much a submission move, but he certainly knows more than just submission holds.
Well, we've seen him use the spear very, very effectively historically. Marvelous Michael Stevens, though, being introduced to each of the four ring corners. Don't think he's met this one yet on our side. Ah, yes, he has.
Well, now there's a close-up and personal encounter with him. It looks like the bald head just a little bit more red now than it was before we started. I guess it's a shade of pink matching the tights. And Stryknyn really just going to work here on the leg, just continuing to stomp. And it's really having quite the effect. And it's really going to ground any offense that Michael Stevens might be able to do if he's able to actually get to his feet, as we see.
A little reminiscent of Ron Garvin, used to do the Garvin stomp going around the body back in the day. Stryknyn channeling some of the old school here and at Anarchy. Got to remind fans, this is not our main event. That's coming up, six-man tag team action. We've got Adrian Hawkins. We've got the tag team in the match of, the Tommy Pinarelli and the CB Suave guy. And on the opposite side, we have Todd Sexton, the technician. We have your favorite wrestler, Sal Renaro, and the international superstar, former TNA star, former Ring of Honor star, Jimmy Rave, and that's our main event, and it's coming up. We're also going to hear in just a little bit from Brody Ray Chase and Sean Tempers. We know they've got a first blood match coming up at Seasons Beatings.
Wow. Certainly a lot to stay tuned for, that's for sure. We've got action on the outside here. We've got Stryknyn. Really looks like he's trying to fight off both men, and that's going to give the opportunity there to really just have the chance with Marvelous Michael Stevens as he dumps Stryknyn in the ring. See if he might be able to really run for the money against Stryknyn here. He's going to continue to work on that arm.
Marvelous Michael Stevens is actually a consummate professional wrestler. They may have a lot of gaga that goes on in their presentation, but you have to wonder how much of that is simply to get their opponent into a position where they feel more confident than they should be, leading to an opportunity just like this one where Marvelous Michael Stevens takes over on the Young Lions champion.
Well, you know, I have to wonder. I know you said that they were best friends forever, but the point being is I don't know whether he's got a manager's license or not, but it's certainly going to favor at least Marvelous Michael Stevens here in this matchup. But right now, it's certainly looking pretty well for him in the ring because he's got that arm draped.
Very much so, and that right there could be a submission. Stryknyn has already had that arm damaged by the being smashed in the corner ring post early on in this match, and now Stryknyn smartly getting him over. There's only a 2 count. Stevens, though, has to break the hold in the process. Goes right back to the arm, though.
And right there, looks like he's going to drape it across the middle rope there and just wrenching back on it. Of course, Stryknyn writhing in pain. And meanwhile, it looks like, keep your eye on the outside here, taking that arm and just using an unfair advantage there, draping the arm and pulling it completely straight down. It's going to add more punishment there to the arm of Stryknyn.
Down there with the knee solidly again on that left arm. Stevens smartly going right back to that damaged body part, working on it. Stryknyn recognizing he's at a big disadvantage here. DDTs the arm solidly down into the mat. Marvelous Michael Stevens demonstrating that he is a consummate professional wrestler and has every opportunity here in his debut on Anarchy Wrestling of becoming the Young Lions champion.
Well, you know, you touched on something. You said debut, and we've seen a lot of times when we've had new guys come in, and they're not really sure of what to do, but in regards to the fans are kind of getting under their skin. But if you noticed, of course, the challenge of Michael Stevens, he would lay in an offensive maneuver and then immediately go straight to another one or a cover, and it really is predictive of him to continue to do that, and that's the only way you're going to be able to maybe get an upset against Stryknyn.
If he can stay on Stryknyn, if he can injure a body part, anybody can be taken out. Stryknyn, tough man, but you have to remember it wasn't that long ago he was injured pretty badly at the hands of the Urban Assault Squad, out for quite a period of time thereafter.
Yeah, he's been a great Young Lions champion, certainly winning that from Fright Night and been able to continue with many defenses going on against that. And now we see again Michael Stevens working on the wrist and continuing with the arm as well too, and really nowhere for Stryknyn to go. But that's certainly a good way to do it. Break the hold there. And that's one thing that's amazing with Stryknyn is it doesn't matter if you cut off one body part, he'll find another to really attack his opponent, because you really can't keep this guy down because he'll put his whole body on the line. But right there catches Michael Stevens, followed up with a big-time clothesline. Michael Stevens down on the ground, and now does Stryknyn have enough to be able to get back to his feet?
Well, there's an opportunity here for Stryknyn, and he is up to his feet. But you can tell that arm, that left arm, not throwing the punch with the same severity, but he's trying to fight through the pain as he comes in. Blow to the head, takes down the big boot, takes down Stevens again. Up, drops the leg, goes for the cover. Only a 2 count. Stevens able to get out.
Yeah, you have to wonder if he had been able to hook the leg, perhaps maybe this would be over by now. But meanwhile, at least it's certainly all favoring Stryknyn at the moment. Could we be seeing maybe a setting up for the spear here?
Ed Andrews grabs a hold of the foot. That gives Stevens a chance to go behind. Only a 2 count out of that. Stevens into the corner, moves out of the way, drop toe hold, takes the head down hard to that center turnbuckle.
And now Stryknyn not really able to see where he's at the moment, and Michael Stevens is getting the full head of steam there.
Now Stryknyn managed to get partially out of the way, and I think part of the Stevens anatomy caught that middle rope.
Yeah, we're certainly not going to send any inspectors into that moment, but I tell you one thing for sure, the referee needs to really be paying attention to Stryknyn. Wait a second. Oh, man, double coconuts there. The spear with Stryknyn. He goes in, hooks the leg as well, 2, 3.
Your winner of the match and still Young Lions champion, Stryknyn.
And it looks like Stryknyn, another successful Young Lions title defense, and he certainly is going to be looking good as he heads into season's meeting.